I just got one thing, Rob, what are you able to, or do you know what roughly a time frame United are looking at this to make a decision? Do you think we could see some clarification during this World Cup?
That's certainly United's hope. They want this over in days. As I say, the threat privately to sue for breach of contract is not their jumping off point. That is something that they've got up their sleeve in case this drags on, but they certainly don't want that. They want this over in days. I think ideally, probably they would like it over before Portugal begin their World Cup campaign against Ghana, and that's on November the 24th. Whether that happens or not, whether that's a bit optimistic, only time will tell, but they certainly don't want this to be dragging into sort of weeks and months. That's the last thing they want. They want this over as quickly as possible.
So the club, therefore, will be hoping for Ronaldo to help them in this situation, Rob, to make it as easy and smooth as possible. But why would he do that when it's going to leave him without a contract and without a club?
Well, quite, and they are relying on Cristiano to play ball a little bit with this. That they need to come to some kind of mutual termination and just go their separate ways. If Cristiano wants to make this difficult, he certainly can make it difficult. Whether he's going to want to do that in the middle of a World Cup, probably his last World Cup, again, only time will tell. I think they're hoping that Ronaldo wants a new club and that he's got a club or clubs waiting to sign him when he leaves Man United. Because if Cristiano Ronaldo wants to fight this through the courts or whichever measures that he wants to take it to, then he certainly can. And that's the last thing Man United want. They've told us that they want this resolved swiftly, is the word that they've used. And that means days rather than weeks.
But I think, as Rob mentioned earlier, if I was hearing correctly, that one of United's standpoints could be that they could counter-sue. So if Ronaldo was to try and take it, they could counter-sue, and it could end up costing Ronaldo himself a lot of money plus legal fees. I'm not a QC, clearly, but this could get messy down that road, and I think for all parties, nobody really wants to see that.
So we've heard him talk in the interview about how he had a big offer from Saudi Arabia. In fact, it was $350 million for 2 years.
See, I don't understand this, because we sat here in the summer, and I think it was Gab and Jules and one or two others who are closer to the situation, maybe even Rob, who are closer to the situation than us, said it wasn't about the money when he wanted to leave in the summer. It was about the gravitas. It was about playing in the Champions League because his career was coming to an end, or it was dwindling away. And he didn't want to play in the Europa League. He wanted to be scoring goals at the highest level.
Right, which is why he didn't take this offer to go to Saudi Arabia, right?
Well, right.
See, again,
why is he even telling us about the offer? Again, it's either about the money or it's not about the money.
Ronaldo again has lost the opportunity to come out on the right side of this, because he can just turn round in the next 5 minutes and say, you know what, I don't want any of the mess. I don't want to be at Manchester United. So you know what, don't sue me, I'm fine, I'm going. And it's all done and dusted. And then at least he'll get some praise, he's doing the right thing, as opposed to all of a sudden it's all about the money when it wasn't about the money. So he's just, every single time he makes a move, he's making himself look worse. Can somebody tell him to do the right thing and just say, I'm done?
No, I didn't see the...
That's the easy bit.
I didn't watch the interview.
Especially if you're Portugal, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't watch the interview to be... I saw clips, but I didn't watch the interview, to be quite frank with you, because I kind of think I know which way it was going. But have I missed anything where he had grounds for complaints that he really was wronged at Man United?
Oh, have you seen the state of the jacuzzi?
He does state where he feels that they haven't supported him, that the facilities weren't what he thought they would be, that he's been disrespected. He does state all of this to explain himself.
Listen, it's not his business what the facilities are. He's an employee of Man United. Yeah. Right, we can all... My God, when I went to Celtic, we didn't have our own training ground. I mean, come on, it's part and parcel. We don't live in an ideal world.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.